Hey, it's Jared with Hill Media Group. We help small businesses and organizations grow online without the overwhelm. Now, I just got back from Search Marketing Expo Advanced, where the leading edge discussions are taking place in online marketing, especially with search marketing. And over the last couple of weeks, I've had a lot of conversations with clients of mine and some other people who have read the content that I've been putting out on the Hill Media Group website, as well as here on the Hill Media Group YouTube and podcast. And what I am hearing is that a lot of people want to utilize these tools, but they're a little bit afraid of how they can utilize these tools without accidentally giving them too much license to make mistakes, answer questions they shouldn't be answering, giving wrong information. There's lots of fears that small businesses and organizations have. And so I'm going to talk about 5 ways that local businesses can use these types of tools to grow, not only get more customers, but also retain those customers as well. The first one is going to be 24/7 customer service that never sleeps. Now, as a business owner, if I can have somebody available to answer questions 24 hours a day, that's pretty amazing. Now, I can't afford to hire somebody to do that and train them and have them understand all of the different facets of my business so that they can answer questions effectively. But AI chatbots have gotten so good that they can take information that we've provided them and provided the context from the conversation that's taking place in the chat box. They can take the information that we've provided and put it together and provide a intelligent response for the person who has a question. Somebody would be live on our website asking questions, and the chatbot can answer those questions. Now, if we left it wide open and integrated it with ChatGPT and let it answer any and all questions, that's when we have a problem. And most chatbot services these days that have AI integrations are not going to allow that to happen. The only information that the chatbot is going to be able to use is the information that we provide the chatbot. And so the challenge is, for most of our businesses, is that at some point in the day we close. We stop answering the phones at 5 or whatever. We want to have our evenings, and we can't respond to customer service, whether it is a sales questions, whether it is service and support questions. It's hard for us to respond to those things after hours. A lot of businesses have a phone service that answers calls after hours and maybe triages the situation and decides whether or not to call and do an after hours call. Depending on the type of business, that might be a thing. But a majority of the time, that phone service is not going to be able to answer questions or provide some sort of support. It's just collecting information, passing it on, and hopefully they get a call back that evening or maybe a call back the next day. And that doesn't solve somebody's problem. Their problem is happening now and they need a solution to that problem. And so they might end up going and looking for a competitor that does provide some sort of after-hour support. So today's chatbots can actually have conversations as if they're a real person, which is pretty great. And then they answer questions based on the information that we make available to the chatbot and within the context of the conversation that's taking place. So imagine this real world application. A potential customer visits your HVAC business at 10 p.m. on a Sunday because their furnace or their air conditioner or something stopped working. Instead of waiting until Monday morning to get a call back, or potentially even calling 3 other companies first, they can immediately chat with your AI assistant, and that chatbot can do a variety of things. They can assess the urgency of their situation, and that's the triage that a phone answering system could provide, which usually is pretty expensive. It can schedule an emergency service call, a second thing. It can provide basic troubleshooting steps, which is providing help and support to the customer. It can collect their contact information and service details, and it can send automatic confirmations and reminders. According to recent studies, businesses using AI chatbots see 24/7 availability that captures leads that would otherwise be lost to competitors, with instant response times that improve customer satisfaction significantly. This is good. We want to make sure that that customer stays with us, and so we need to provide tools and support that allows that process to happen even if it's after hours. So getting started with something like this is identifying a chatbot service that works for you and your business. There are AI chatbot solutions that are specific to certain industries, so you might look for something there because it could come filled with all of the appropriate Q&A, FAQ type of information that somebody might need already entered in. And so all you need to do is install it in your website and customize it according to your specific business's needs and not have to start over from scratch. Number 2 is email marketing that feels personal without the personal time investment. I found that most of my clients and people that I talk to struggle with email marketing because there is a huge time commitment upfront with setting up email responses, setting up email automations, all of these different things, and then even knowing what to do and what's going to work right for your customer base. And so that's the challenge, is really staying in touch with past customers, nurturing potential customers along the way, and that requires constant personalized communication that can be really hard. If you're trying to do that in your email inbox, that's going to be really hard. You can utilize email marketing automation to make this process much more streamlined and continue to feed people information that they need to help them make the best decision. An AI solution can automate email campaigns and deliver the right message to the right person at the right time when they're on your website. Now, I talk a lot about automation, and that's setting these things up to automatically be triggered based off of certain things that are taking place, but we can't automate every potential situation. And that's where some of these AI tools are getting much more intelligent. They can understand what a customer is doing because they're seeing what a customer is doing on your website. Where are they clicking? What are they scrolling past? Where are they stopping and potentially reading? The AI assistant can determine intent from that. And this is something that is newer, not super easy to integrate yet, but an AI assistant tool can understand what a customer is looking for, even though they haven't specifically asked for it yet, based on what they're browsing on the website. This is going to be really cool because that could then trigger emails. That can then also trigger a chatbot that would pop up and start a conversation based on what the chatbot has been able to determine the user has been doing on your website. So how do you get started with implementing stuff like this? Well, first of all, you need a new customer welcome series. This is automatically educating new clients about your services, what to expect, how to maximize value from your business. There needs to also be a post-service follow-up. Send automatic surveys, maintenance reminders based on specific services provided. This also could be an opportunity to ask them for a review. And then you need seasonal outreach. Trigger relevant promotions based on calendar events using HVAC, or heating and air conditioning as an example. Those tune-ups before summer or winter, or perhaps landscaping in the spring when people are thinking about these new things, automatically triggering these emails. And then also a win-back campaign. Identify customers who haven't used your services recently and automatically send targeted offers to re-engage them. Now, these are more kind of automated set and forget type of things, but as new AI tools are developed, we're going to be able to automate this and fine-tune it to the specific needs of the person on the website. The success of a business is really going to lie in delivering timely, relevant content that addresses your customers' unique needs in the moment that they have the need. Number 3 is predicting which customers might leave before they do. We don't know if a customer has left until we don't see them again. And we might not ever know that until we start looking through our CRM or our customer database and we notice that certain customers haven't been around for a while. We want to be more proactive. We don't want to be reactive in this situation. We're going to be able to use AI tools to look at our customer data and understand where customers are at, how often they typically need services, when they might need services based on the type of equipment that they have or things that they've purchased from us in the past, so that we can send targeted emails that are specific to that individual customer's needs. And this is going to be great. It's going to help us be more proactive than reactive. We're going to be able to anticipate the customer's needs before they necessarily have them and be able to communicate with them before they have a problem. I think this is great because customers are in a reaction state when they have a problem. And if we can be proactive and help them remain proactive, then we're helping them prevent discomfort and setting them up for success. And that's going to result in their continued business. So how does something like this work? Well, the AI will monitor various customer touch points like appointment scheduling patterns, email engagement, website visits, the customer service interaction, stuff like that. And then when it identifies that a customer might be at risk, such as longer gaps between appointments, reduced engagement with communications that are going out, stuff like that, then it triggers proactive outreach. And it can also identify potential needs that a customer would have and be able to prompt us to reach out or send a targeted email or something like that. I don't believe we're super close to being able to automate this 100% and let AI just run our business for us, but AI will be able to identify things send us alerts, and we can look at that and say, oh, okay, yes, we haven't heard from her in a while. Go ahead and engage with her. Or that customer has that particular product and maybe there was a recall or there's a service bulletin on it, something like that. We should probably reach out to them, and AI can help identify these things for us and give us those touch points so that we could be proactive instead of reactive. Number 4 is never run out of parts again. Now, if you're a business that has inventory, parts, service, repair items, stuff like that, this is going to totally make sense. But all businesses and organizations have things that they need in order to do business that they might run out of. And we can use AI to better forecast what we're going to need, when we're going to need it, and how much of it we're going to need so that we don't end up with a bunch of stuff sitting on the shelf. The challenge for service businesses specifically that maintain inventory, such as auto repair shops, appliance repair, restaurants, stuff like that, is balancing adequate stock with cash flow as a constant struggle. The AI solution is intelligent inventory systems that predict what you need it and when you're going to need it. What does that look like? Demand forecasting, predicting which parts or supplies you're going to need based on schedule appointments and historical patterns. Automated reordering, either allowing the system to place orders and restock or allowing it to provide a list that we can then look over and say, okay, I need to order that stuff. Okay, that one maybe not so much. Still having a bit of oversight in it so that we're not fully automating this. And then supply chain optimization that can help us anticipate things that happened, like what's happened in the past, anticipating potential disruptions and adjust ordering adequately. A real world application would be an automotive service shop that uses AI to track inventory and predict needs based on scheduled maintenance appointments, like oil filters needed for Tuesday's oil changes, seasonal patterns, more batteries being replaced in the wintertime, vehicle make and model trends in their service area, historical failure patterns of common parts, stuff like that. The ROI impact can be huge on something like this, with a lot of auto repair shops ending up with stuff on the shelves that they're never going to end up needing, or potentially missing opportunities because they couldn't get what they could have forecasted had they been able to see a little bit into the future. Number 5 is managing your online reputation while you sleep. Our online reputation is important. What are people saying about our businesses online in Google reviews, Yelp reviews, all of the different sites out there that are maybe specific to our own industries? The challenge is that your business reputation is being shaped across all of these different sites. And monitoring and responding to all of these can be really challenging, especially if you are a high volume business with a lot of customers like a restaurant. The AI solution is comprehensive reputation management that monitors, analyzes, and responds across all of these different platforms. These are tools that exist now and are getting better and better daily. AI reputation management also can be monitoring these in real time and providing feedback that we can see in a dashboard as businesses so that we can respond to situations quickly and effectively. AI tools like this also help you with your local SEO because they optimize your local search visibility by suggesting relevant local keywords for your content, ensuring consistent business information across all of those directories, which is super important, optimizing review responses for search engine visibility, creating content aligned with voice search queries, which is becoming more and more as we talk to our devices and ask our smart devices. Now that AI is conversational, it's starting to show up in all of our devices. Us as this generation are going to get more and more comfortable with it. The next generation is going to be raised with it. And so we need to be responding and having the right kind of information out there so that these tools can answer questions. Now, there needs to be a smart implementation strategy to this. As I mentioned at the beginning, it's overwhelming to say, okay, let me let this run this and that and give this access to my business. It's scary as a business owner or organization to do that. So I highly recommend starting small. Start with one AI tool that solves a current pain point that you have in your business. What is that biggest pain point? Identify an AI tool that solves and produces a solution for that so that you can provide the best resources that you can and alleviate that problem. Integration focus is also pretty important. Ensure that any AI tool that you use integrates with the systems that you're using. This might be possible, it might not, depending on the systems that you're using. A lot of industry-specific systems like CRMs and stuff like that might be a little slower to implement these tools because of the implementation requirements that an AI tool might have in order to implement an AI tool with an older system that might have been around for a while. Staff training is also a consideration. Invest time in properly training your team so they can maximize these tools and get the most use out of them. Because we're not completely automating a business. I don't think we can do that yet with AI. There are certain aspects of our business that we can most definitely automate, but we can't hand over the keys and let AI completely run our business. Make sure you're also monitoring performance. Use analytics or certain dashboards to make sure that you're tracking key performance indicators, because that's how you optimize for your return on investment. The bottom line is that business owners need to be looking at how they can use these tools to increase their bottom line and grow and respond to their customers faster. People are expecting very fast responses and customer support that they would get from a very large business, and that's hard for us to provide as a small business. So if we can use tools to answer the questions quickly and effectively, respond to people and provide them with timely information, understand where they're at in the buying cycle or even the churn cycle, so that we can make sure that we have what we need in stock or available to perform the work at hand, and that we can manage the reputation of our business online. If we can utilize AI tools to assist in those things right now, that's going to give us a huge leg up over the competition, because we're going to be able to provide the level of service that customers expect, even though we're a smaller business. Your customers expect convenience, personalization, and immediate responses, which is hard. So you can use AI tools in these ways to deliver on those expectations. If you're ready to explore maybe how you can do a couple of these things, I'd love to chat with you. I've got a link down in the description below so that you can schedule a call with me. I'd love to understand your current pain point and help you identify a solution for that. But that's going to do it for this one. If you found it useful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I hope to see you back in another one soon. Take care.